Sean and Andy from Tough Waterproofing, and in this episode we're going to discuss the tools that we're going to be using on the roof for the laminating the GRP system. So we've got a selection of tools here which we're going to run through with you, and we've got obviously catalyst addition chart which you're going to need to have on the roof with you. So for applications of resin, Sean, we're going to use the...
Yes, so we have a variety of different size soft rollers, we call them. They have disposable sleeves that you can change, so no problem. So we use these for applying the resin to our decking and to our laminate. So the larger one, preferably on the end of a pole, doing the field area of the roof, and then we have the 3-inch one doing bandage and detail
so, as well, yeah.
So they're the ideal, the simulated lambskin rollers, so they're the ideal for applying the...
and then we've got our brushes as well, which we'll use for areas where we can't get in with the roller. So
yes,
obviously we're going to use those just to saturate that mat, and it's a stippling action rather than a brushing action.
Yes,
for it,
we just use the end of the brush, and also for putting top coats on, so into inaccessible areas with the rollers, so on the underside of trims, tight areas, as you say, tight corners, all those detail work, all that small detail work. And also notice that they have plain wooden handles. Unfortunately you can't use paint brushes because they have varnished or rubber handles, and the resin is quite robust and it will dissolve it and contaminate your resin. So plain wooden handles, ideal. And then I feel the most important tools are the consolidation rollers.
The consolidation rollers, because as we apply the resin below the mat and then on top of the mat, we need to break down the binder that's holding all those strands together, push out any air.
Absolutely. And we're going to use these just to make sure that all those release fibres are consolidated with that resin. Gives a nice, smooth, clear finish, no pinholes, no bubbles, nice flat surface.
So they come in a variety of sizes, but we've got the two styles there. We've got the, what we call like the double serrated one, which is the bubble buster, and then we've got the larger diameter rollers there. And it's personal choice, Sean, isn't it, really?
Yes, personal choice. They all do the same job.
They do reduce a little bit of spray, don't they, those ones?
Yes, they do. They do. But then again, the large radius means that you don't have to go so fast with this, and it cuts down on the spray as well. So as we say, it's just personal preference. So have a go of them all and see which one you like the best.
So things that you'll want to know as thermometer, you need to have a record of your temperature before you start laminating, and ideally all the way through, don't you? Because temperatures are going to go up and down.
We're going to talk about the catalyst additions, but this is what you're going to need. You need thermometer, a catalyst dispensing bottle, safety dispensing bottle, and then we have the calibrated bucket.
So we've got our small white buckets which we can use knocking up small areas for our detailing.
Absolutely, for doing small amounts, for doing our detail work and bandage lines maybe.
That's
and then we have the larger ones for doing the field area of the roof.
So the beauty of these printed buckets is that, again, you're never far away from a catalyst chart.
Absolutely. Very important.
And of course these ones are calibrated as well, so if you know how much resin you've got to measure out, obviously
we get asked this all the time. How much do you have? How do you know how much resin you're putting in the buckets? Well, there you go. You can put it into the required literage on that.
And of course, once that resin's cured in that bucket, we can literally snap it out, pop it out, and these buckets you're going to use time and time again.
Yeah.
And I suppose the last thing,
PPE. Gloves to protect your hands and skin, and then eye protection, always advisable. Only got one set, haven't we?
Yeah, exactly. We're working with chemicals. So we've spoken about the poles. We've pretty much covered everything that we're going to need on the roof.
So really, not really much specialist tools. Probably the most important are the paddle rollers. So
and obviously when you're doing your roof, just make sure you've got plenty of replacement sleeves with you, because you are going to go through quite a lot in it.
And they're only cheap, so it's not a problem.
That's it.
Brilliant.
Okay, see you next time.